So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. We're really going to stretch out the legs and the back, low back, the entire back, but especially focus on low back and the back of the leg. So I'm going to invite you to grab your strap, a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap like mine, feel free to just grab a hand towel. That will come in handy. And let's go ahead and begin on your back. And really for today's class, I want you to really make yourself comfortable. So I'm going to take my blanket and I'm just going to put it all the way out on my mat. You want your back to be supported. So I'm just going to lay my blanket on top of my mat. You also feel free to do that if that works for you. And also you can, if you like to, you can get a little pillow to have right next to your mat. And then once you do that, let's go ahead and start on your back. So lie down on your back, bend your knees, put your feet flat on your mat. And as you do that, just lift up your head just slightly so that the back of your neck is long, your chin is towards your chest, and then place the head back down. A lot of us tend to lay down with our chin lifted, and that really kinks the back of the neck. So make sure your head and neck feel good. This is where the pillow would come in handy if you need to put a little pillow behind your head so that the chin is towards your chest. And then take one hand to your belly, take one hand to your heart. Have the knees bend, let the knees knock in towards each other. This is the constructive rest pose. And it's a really great pose to ground down and really just come into focus, drop in. Let your shoulders be soft. Just take your awareness to your breath and feel all the parts of your body that are touching the floor. So the bottom of your feet, a little bit of your hips, your low back, your upper back, the back of your head, and feel all those body parts get really heavy. So you really feel that connection with your body and the earth. And then also feel the parts of the body that are light, that are facing up. So your face, your chest, your belly, your knees, the top of your feet. And then as you pause here for a moment, take your awareness to your breath. Notice how your inhalations expand you, make you bigger, and your exhalations soften you, make you a little bit heavier. And as you do that, notice where you're feeling the breath more. Some of us tend to feel our breath more in the chest, some of us more in the belly. You don't need to change anything, and sometimes we even just feel the breath in the nostrils, in the nose. So just notice wherever that is for you, keep your awareness to that spot right there. If you feel your chest expanding, allow your hand to rise with the breath. If you feel your belly expanding, let your belly rise, and the hand moves away from the belly a little bit. And if you feel the breath in your nostril, feel the coolness of the breath, the air entering your nostrils. And then as you're ready, we're just going to windshield wiper your knees side to side. So let your knees drop to one side and then the other. Just nice and easy. Feeling your low back. Notice if one side is a little bit tighter than the other side. And just know that that's completely normal. We always have one side that might be a little bit tighter, another side that might be a little bit more spacious. And then as you bring your knees back to the center, bring your feet a little bit closer to your buttocks. Extend your right leg up, so bring the right knee to your chest. Interlace the fingers around the right shin. And we're going to slowly, systematically start with the ankles. So rotate your right ankle one direction and then reverse it, rotate it the opposite direction. And then point and flex that ankle. So you're going to feel the calf and the shins warming up a little bit here. Then take your hands to your hamstring, draw that knee a little bit closer to your chest, and then slowly begin to straighten the knee and then bend it. So it doesn't have to be all the way straight. We're just going to extend the leg up and bend it. So really, these are called joint freeing exercises, and they're wonderful for all the joints, especially if we tend to be seated for a long period of time. So extend the leg and then bend the knee. Good. And then next time that leg extended, pause here for a moment. Now flex and point the foot. So send it all the way up and down. Just flexing and pointing. And rotate it again. And rotate the other way. And then take that right ankle on top of the left knee and imagine that you're kind of waving like a queen wave. Do that same thing with your foot. So evert the foot. This is called eversion of the foot, and then turn it the opposite direction. Just kind of like imagine your foot is waving one direction and another. So good for the ankle. And then if you're using a strap, go ahead and grab it. If you're using the towel, go ahead and grab that. Bring that right knee back to your chest and then extend the leg up. So now if you have a strap, go ahead and put the strap at the bottom of your foot, just like this. You want it to be at the ball of your foot, not the arch, not the heel. So you're gonna hold on to it like this with both hands. If you don't have a strap and you're using a towel, just have the towel be at your ankle. Unless you're really, really flexible, you can always put the towel at the bottom of your foot. But see if you can, whatever you can do is to keep the towel in both your hands. And then you're just gonna gently guide that leg a little bit closer to you. Now notice my knee is bent, right? So we don't wanna straighten our knee here. Keep the knee bent and just gently draw that leg a little bit closer. I want to bring that leg so close that the top of my thigh is touching my rib cage, which means for some of you may need to bend your knees a little bit more. And then we're just going to hold it for a moment here. Now notice if the chin lifted, bring the chin back to your chest, and then see if you can, if your shoulders are lifting up. Sometimes we tend to get really tense here. Soften the shoulders down. So hold the leg here as close as you can. Take a nice deep breath here. And then take both ends of your towel into your right hand. Same thing with the strap. If you're holding onto a strap, take both ends of your strap to your right hand. And then we're just gonna gently rock that leg side to side. Nice and easy. So this is lovely for your right hip. You're lubricating that hip. Take it side to side. All these synovial fluids are rushing into that hip. And then next time that leg is out to the right, hold it there. So here you have two options. You can either slowly begin to extend that right leg out to the right, pressing the heel away, or you can keep that right knee bent and extend the left leg straight. So go wherever it feels good on your body, right? We're not forcing our body to get into any shape. And then we're gonna hold this pose for a few minutes. So just stay committed, close your eyes, breathe into whatever you're feeling. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Remember that right knee can stay bent. You don't have to straighten the right knee. And again, inhale and exhale. And then bring that right leg back up to the center. Take both ends of your strap or towel into your left hand now. Keep that right knee bent again. And you're just gonna slowly cross that leg over to the left. So here, you can either use a block and put it under your left elbow, or if you're a little bit more flexible, you can go a little bit farther without the block, but use that left elbow as a kickstand. So that right leg is gonna stay off the ground. Now you're gonna feel a nice deep stretch in the hips, your lower back. Your right arm can go out to the right. And if you want a little stretch on your neck, you can turn your gaze to the right as well. So now here, close your eyes again, or have your gaze on your right fingers. And just breathe. That's all you need to do at this moment. Just inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then turn your gaze back up. Bring that right leg back up to the center. Keep the strap where it is, or the towel. Now I'm going to ask you to really bend the right knee. And as you do, take the right knee to the outside of the ribs, right? So it's no longer to your chest, it's more towards your armpit. And almost like you're doing a lunge, right? Except that you're on your back. So hold on to the ends of the strap or your towel with your right hand, and then really bend that knee as deep as you can. Here, if you have the towel, you can definitely put the towel at the bottom of your foot. Imagine that you're lunging against the ceiling, and just breathe nice deep breaths in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, please. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back to the center. Now we're going to try something a little bit more. So now lower the right leg down a little bit farther away from your chest, okay? So for some of us, maybe our leg is way down here. That's okay. But I want you to see if you can hang on to your towel. You can keep the knee bent, but put the towel at the sole of your foot, and then go as far as you need to in order to extend the leg. So maybe you need to pick up your head and shoulders off the ground a little bit, holding on to the towel, and you're pressing the heel away from your chest, and then see if you can hang on to the towel and slowly begin to lower the head and shoulders down. But the leg is not coming to your chest. The leg is preferably going straight up to the sky. And then we're gonna stay here. So I want you to really flex that right foot. Send your heel up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Lengthen the back of that right leg. In order to do that, we want to really contract the quadriceps. So the more you squeeze and contract the quadricep, the more the antagonistic muscle, the hamstring, is going to get stretched. So keep focusing on squeezing the quadricep, lengthening the back of the hamstring, lifting the right heel up towards the sky, and you should be getting a really, really, really nice stretch, even though the leg is not coming towards your chest. And then just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. And two more. Nice, long, deep inhalations and long exhales out through the mouth. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, we're going to take that towel or strap and then do the same thing. We're going to put it behind the calf or the ankle. Now we're going to try and bring that leg a little bit closer to the body. You want to keep the right knee bent so you're not hyperextending that leg, but keep lifting the heel up. So imagine you're lengthening the back of the leg. You're bringing the leg a little bit closer to you. Your elbows go wide out to the side. And then lift the head and shoulders up. You may or may not be able to touch your knee with your forehead. Wherever you are is perfect. There's no forcing here. You want to hold it. Inhale And then lower the head and shoulders down. Keep the leg as close as you can to your body. Now grab both ends of the strap with your right hand again and extend the leg out to the right. Your left hand can go on top of the left thigh to keep that hip down. Only lower that right leg out to the right so much so without lifting that left hip off the ground. And breathe into that right inner thigh. And then gently bring that right leg back to the center. Take the ends of your towel or strap to your left hand and then cross that leg over once again. Try and go as slowly as you can. We don't want to just dump the leg out to the side. And then use that left elbow as a kickstand. And hold it here for a moment. Inhale. These are my favorite hamstring stretches. They're so wonderful. Bring that leg back up to the center and then release the strap to the side. So put the towel and the strap to the side. Take your hands to your calf and then point and flex the foot one more time. Rotate the ankle one more time and then bend the knee. Bring the knee to your chest and really squeeze that hip. So think about compressing that hip. Can you really use your biceps? Draw the knee as close as you can to your hip. Breathe here, inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna release that leg, extend the leg out. Pause here for a moment in a little mini Shavasana. Now as you're releasing the compression in the hip, all these fluids and juices are rushing into that right hip. And that is how we create the healthy environment in our joints. And then let's try the other side. So bend both knees, put your feet flat on your mat. Bring the left knee to your chest, interlace the fingers around the shin. And then nice and easy, let's just go ahead and rotate this ankle, check in, see how this ankle is doing today. And notice there's always a little sticky part that our ankles don't want to go all the way, but see if you can rotate it all the way around. And then reverse it. Get the creaks out of your ankle. And then point and flex it here. Good. And then take your hands to your hamstrings, extend the leg out, point and flex the foot here. Really lift the heel up towards the sky as you're doing this, and then when you're flexing, bring the toes towards your shin. Good, and then rotate it one more time, one direction, and reverse the rotation. And now take that left ankle on top of your right knee. Hold it here for just a moment. And then remember that wave that we were doing with the foot. So imagine you're doing a queen's wave. You're just gonna invert the foot and out. Turn the foot towards you, bottom of the foot towards your face, and then move it the other direction. So there's a band of tissues around the ankle called retinaculum, and they might get a little bit tight. So we want to keep those flexible and agile. And then bring that knee back to your chest once again. Take a nice deep breath here. Now we're gonna grab our strap or towel, excuse me. If you have a strap, put it at the ball of your foot, not your arch or your heel, at the ball of the foot. If you have a towel, if it's a little shorter, you can always put it around your ankle. If it's a longer towel, you can certainly try putting it around your, at the sole of your foot. And then wherever you are, remember we're starting with the knee bend, okay? So really bend that knee as much as you can. Bring the thigh to the top of or to the rib cage. So we want to be able to bend that knee as much as we can so that the thigh and the rib cage are touching. I'm really bending my knee here. And then your options here are keeping that right knee bent, or you can extend that right leg straight, but hold it here for just a moment. and grab both ends of your strap with your left hand, and you're just going to slowly take that left leg out to the left. So notice my left knee is bent, my right leg is bent as well, but I'm going to try and keep that right hip down on the floor. So I don't want to roll it off this way, okay? So make sure that right hip stays down. If you need to, you can always bend that right knee to keep that right hip down. And then the left leg out to the left, you just stay here and breathe into that inner thigh. Nice deep inhalations and exhale. Sometimes for me, it really helps to just close my eyes as well so that I can just drop in, feel the sensations in my body, and I'm not so distracted with what's going on in the externally, in the outside. Closing your eyes, it's like, you know, you're withdrawing your senses, and that allows you to just feel a little bit more sensations, a little bit more of what's really happening in your body. What is it that your body needs? And then gently bring that leg back up to the center. Grab both ends of your strap or towel with the right hand, and then slowly, so take your time, we're not in a rush. You're going to take that left leg across your body, and again, really use your elbow, right elbow as a kickstand, or you can always take a block and put it under your right elbow. We don't want to let that left foot touch the floor. And that is because we want to really feel the stretch in the IT band, in the outside of that left leg, as well as the hips and the low back. Your left arm can go out to the left, and if you want a little stretch in your neck, you can turn your gaze to the left as well. And then as you pause here, you can close your eyes, breathe into whatever sensations you're feeling. Nice deep inhalations and long exhales. You may notice that when you do twist, it's a little bit more difficult to breathe. So you want to make the breath more intentional. Really breathe deeply into the nose. Let the belly expand and exhale through an open mouth. And one more time, inhale and exhale. And then gently bring that leg back up to the center. Grab both ends of the strap with your both hands again. And now we're gonna try and extend the leg a little bit. So that means that you may need to move the leg away from your body, right? And for some of us, it may be down here. That's okay. But you may need to lift the head and shoulders up. If your towel is a little short, you may need to lift the head and shoulders up to extend the leg. I want you to really think about extending the back of the leg. So much of this yoga today is really about intentionally lengthening the back side of our body. You want to feel that extension. If your leg is up towards the sky, lift the heel up towards the ceiling. The leg is staying away from the body. We're not bringing the leg to the body yet. So really extend. Push the heel away as if you're standing against the ceiling here. And then you can rest the head and shoulder down and let the hamstring stretch out. And we do that by really contracting the quadricep muscle. So focus on intentionally contracting the thigh muscle, and that naturally extends the back of the leg. This is how the antagonistic muscles in our bodies work. One set of muscles contract and the opposite side extends. So close your eyes or stay here for a moment. Maybe your gaze is to your toes. Really feel the back of the leg extending. Feel as if your heel wants to touch the ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. Exhale. And then you're going to grab on to the both sides of the, actually both hands are grabbing your strap or towel. Now pick up the head and shoulders off the ground, bend the knees a little bit more, and then let the elbows go wide as you bring the legs a little bit closer to your chest. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Your legs, please don't try and extend the legs. We don't want to hyperextend the back of the knee. So we want to just lift the head and shoulders up, bring the legs a little bit closer. Maybe if you're very flexible, you can touch your forehead to your knee or your shin. Breathe here, and then lower the head and shoulders down and hold it here. Just nice deep stretch. Inhale and exhale. Keep that knee bent. And then slowly, you're going to take that leg out to the left again. Take your time. You can take both ends of your strap or towel into your left hand. And then take that left leg out to the left. And hold it here. Sometimes I like to take my right hand to my right hip just to make sure that my right hip is staying down. So if you go all the way here, you're not really getting a stretch, right? So keep that right hip down, and then left foot is off the ground. And nice deep breaths in and exhale. One more deep breath in, exhale it out, and then gently come back to the center. Grab both ends of the strap or towel with your right hand, and then gently take that left leg out to the right. Take your time, and the minute you feel the stretch, just pause there. So try not to run away from the stretch. Remember to use the right elbow as a kickstand. And here I'm going to really ask you to push your heel away from the hip. So imagine that my hand is on your heel and you push in my hand away. And nice deep breaths in. There's nothing like a good hamstring stretch to really make your low back feel good. Sometimes the tension we feel in the low back is really related to tight hips and hamstrings. So this is going to make you feel wonderful. One more breath here, and gently bring that leg back to the center. Now you can take your strap to your ankle or your towel to the ankle, and then lift the head and shoulders up. Bring that leg a little bit closer to you as much as you can. Hold it. Inhale. Really feel that stretch now in the back of that leg. And exhale. Lower the head and shoulders down. Now bend the knee. Bring that knee close to your chest. And then take the knee out to the, sorry, let's go ahead and grab your strap again. I forgot the lunge situation. So the strap goes at the ball of your foot, or the towel is at the ball of your foot again, and then bypass the rib cage. So I'm actually moving that knee out to the left. And imagine you're doing a lunge. This is essentially the same as a lunge. So you want to keep that right hip down, bend the knee deep, and then flex that left foot. And really let that left hip compress here. Nice deep breaths in. Long exhales out. See if you can make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhalations. Now you can put that strap or towel to the side, and then take your hands to your shin. Really compress the left hip. Squeeze that knee in. Squeeze the hip. You want to kind of like suffocate the hip a little bit. I don't know if suffocation is the right word, but you want to kind of limit the amount of blood you're getting in that left hip. So you want to squeeze it. Use your biceps as much as you can. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, now all the fresh blood is rushing to that left hip. You may feel tingling, warmth, little mini Shavasana. And then gently bend both knees, put both feet flat on your mat. Windshield wiper your knees again, side to side. Now bring both knees to your chest. And then take your hands on top of your kneecaps. We're going to do Apanasana. What that means is you're pressing the knees away, your elbows become straight, and then as you exhale, draw the knees to your chest. Maybe your tailbone lifts off the ground, so you want to kind of curl your hips up towards the chest. And then lower the tailbone down, extend the elbows straight, inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows, lift the hips up, lift the tailbone off the ground. This is so therapeutic for your low back. In fact, I really suggest that everyone do this particular exercise every day. Bring the knees to your chest, lift the tail up. And inhale, extend. And exhale, bring the knees to your chest, lift the tail up just an inch. It doesn't need to go that high. Inhale. And exhale. And then one more time, inhale and exhale. This time as you bring the knees close to your chest, hug the knees in, lift the head and shoulders up, lower the head and shoulders down, and then draw both knees to your chest. So some of you may be able to grab opposite elbows. If some of you can maybe just have your hands on your shin, but I want you to really draw the knees as tight as you can towards your hips. And then here we're just gonna rock side to side. So make yourself in this tight little ball and then rock side to side. It's like massaging your low back. It's wonderful. Inhale here. And sigh it out, exhale it out. And then you're gonna extend both legs up. Take both hands to your hamstring, or you can maybe interlace the fingers, or really, if you were a little bit more flexible, you can grab opposite elbows, and you're lifting the tail off the ground. Bring the legs as close as you can. So this is different from plow. We're not touching our toes overhead. We're just gonna stay here, and this is great stretch for your low back. Hold it here, close your eyes, and it's very safe. So the hamstring is out of the pose. We're just stretching out the low back without the spine being in an uncomfortable position. Your spine is supported by the ground. One more deep breath here. And exhale. And then gently bend the knees once again. Put the feet flat on the floor. Take the right ankle on top of the left knee like we did earlier. Now you may already feel a nice stretch in that right hip. Maybe if you want a little bit more, you can pick up the left foot off the ground. Some of you can just put your foot on a block like so to have a little bit of a support. And then take your right hand to your right knee and gently push that knee away. We don't want to really forcefully push it. So you want to keep the left hip away from the shoulder as you're pressing the knee away. And then breathe here, inhale and exhale. And then let's everybody interlace the fingers around the left hamstring. Pick up that left foot off the ground. Rock a little bit side to side here. And if I'm really tight in my right hip, when I go to the left, I feel a little bit more stretch. So wherever you're feeling the stretch, just pause there. And breathe. And then come back to the center. Put your foot down. If you're using the block, put it down on the block. Otherwise, put the foot on the floor. Cross that right knee all the way over to the left. So it's almost like you're sitting cross-legged, and let your knees drop to the left. And then now we're getting a nice deep stretch in that right low back or the QL muscle. Extend the right leg up. Your left hand can rest on top of your right thigh. Excuse me, did I say right leg? I meant to say extend the right arm up. Now notice it's a little bit more difficult, challenging to breathe here. So really breathe intentionally. Nice deep inhales through the belly. And exhale. Open your mouth and exhale out of an open mouth. And again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale through the belly. And sigh it out. And then come on all the way back up to the center. Put the right foot flat. Put the left foot flat. Windshield wiper your knees again, side to side. And then as you're ready, take that left knee, left ankle on top of the right knee. So here you may already feel this stretch, but take your left hand to that left inner thigh and gently press the thigh away. You'll notice when you do that, the right hip wants to lift. Don't let the right hip lift. So you want to keep the hips square and then keep pressing that left knee away. And if you want a little bit more, you can always pick up that left foot off the ground and put the left foot on top of a block. Now we're going to transition this into figure 4. So interlace the fingers behind that right shin or right ankle or a right hamstring, and then rock a little bit side to side. And wherever you feel the stretch, just pause there for a moment. Maybe it's in the center, maybe it's to the right. Make sure that the chin didn't lift up. I just checked in, noticed my chin was lifting up. So bring the chin to your chest, shoulders stay away from the ears. And then lower that right foot down, whether on the block or on the floor. Take that left knee all the way across, so it's almost like you're sitting cross-legged, and then just let the knees drop to the right. And you're getting a nice deep stretch for the low back. That left arm can go above your head if you want a little bit more, and the right hand can rest on the outside of the left thigh. One more deep breath here. Exhale it out. And then gently bring your feet back up. Bring your knees back up to the center. Rock a little bit side to side again. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And you're just going to roll all the way over. We're just going to stretch the upper back real quick before we lay down for our Shavasana. So come up on tabletop pose, please. Take your right arm out to the right. Inhale. And then thread the right arm under your body. Bring the right side of your face down. Now here, the tendency is to lean to one side. So make sure that the weight is equally distributed on both knees. And you want to allow the right side of your face just melt down on the floor. If the floor is too far, you can put the block under your head so that your head is not just hanging there. You want the head to be resting on something. And then just breathe into your upper back. One more deep breath here between that shoulder. So this area, the rhomboid muscles behind the shoulders get really tight. So breathe into that space. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Let's try the other side. Extend the left arm out to the side and then thread the left arm under the body as you twist your torso to the right. Bring the left side of your face down. It's either on the floor or on a block or on a pillow. And then close your eyes. Make sure your weight is equally distributed between both knees. And then imagine this hand of someone you love on your upper back between your shoulder blades. Just breathe into the person's hand. Or maybe it's the paws of your puppy or your cat. Just breathe to that space. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then gently come all the way back up. Let's go ahead and go to child's pose. So either knees together or knees wide apart from each other, toes touching, and just lower the forehead down. I have my hands stacked and I'm resting my forehead on top of my stacked hands. You can go wherever it feels good on your back. And just send some nice deep breaths in. Feel the expansion of your backside with each inhalation. As you breathe, feel the backside of your ribs expand. Send your breath all the way to your tailbone. And exhale, open your mouth. Exhale it out. Do this again 2 more times on your own. No rush. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, please. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently come on all the way up. Cross your ankles. Sit in between your heels and then just go ahead and lie down on your back, please. Bring your knees to your chest. Hug the knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. And my dear friends, you're ready for your final pose, Shavasana. So extend the legs out. Turn the palms open towards the sky. Soften the shoulders away. I like to lift my chest up and then roll the shoulder blades down my back. Chin to your chest. Close your eyes. Let the back of your head get heavy. Eyes are heavy. Tongue is heavy. Chest is open. Belly is soft. Hips are soft. Feel the pulsation in the palms of your hands. Feel the tingling in the hips. Feel the space you've created in the back of the legs. Open and close your jaws to make sure your jaws are soft. And as you lay here, give yourself some loving kindness, appreciation, gratitude for creating this time and space to take care of your body, mind, and spirit. And dear friends, if you have more time, please feel free to stay here. Just enjoy this lovely Shavasana. If you're ready to continue on with the rest of your day, please gently begin to bring your knees to your chest, roll over to one side, and then slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat behind closed eyes. Sit tall as you bring your hands to your heart center. And I bow down to all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste.